We're in the land of the fishies. Oh. Let's see. Nice to see you back, John Marcus. I know you had some... Oh, that's a hype train. We're getting a hype train 5 minutes early there.
Woo!
All right, you guys, you know the rules. Every level completed is another round of prizes. I don't know where the other two slackers are. Oh, I know Elgarion. I think he's probably... Wow, that was a quick one. I think he's probably doing the last bits for the prizes for the contest. There's going to be a couple. We'll probably run long on the stream today. So be prepared. Got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got videos to show. Oh, and the tank behind me is the tank you actually see on the stream. Sorry about the camera quality. That's the only camera I had. I think Maxine may have stolen my second camera. But the camera does not get very good frame rate, apparently. Apparently it's only doing like 15 frames a second. But that's the my only big fish tank. Every other fish tank in the house has small fish in it. Those are Severums. There's a Waru in there. There's one angelfish who's a third wheel. There's a couple of angelfish that were a pair, and he's the angelfish that was causing problems as the third wheel.
Hey,
They're
guys.
saying they don't actually hear anything.
Hey.
You guys hear anything?
Test, test, test.
Well, not you, them.
Oh.
My microphone. Oh, yes, they hear. Okay. Sound is fine. Yeah, you guys do a test.
I'm doing a test right now.
You are testing. Okay, good.
Maybe the test should be like an unusual word. The players need to read it back. Your players need to read it back. Like scrumptious.
Oh, there you go.
I just said scrumptious.
Couldn't randomly say that.
Level 2 hype train, you got 3 minutes left for another round of prizes. You can be somebody's hero. Oh, that fish is
Sannio
pretty
likes
close.
cookies, scrumptious. That's correct, Sean Backstein. I do like cookies.
You get the GM client. Oh, hold on. I was actually holding off on the stream stuff because I'm trying to get another build going. We still have not put out a build to fix the pink elves, by the way, in case you were wondering. But it's only ready to kick off now, but I'm doing a quick build, so it might go out tonight. If not tonight, it'll be first thing in the morning. We had some problems with the last one. There were some things that went backwards. So I didn't feel like publishing it just to fix the pink elves. Do.
I keep thinking you're doing a theme song to, I don't know what it is. Is it the A-Team or something?
I keep torturing Maxine with this. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you, must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, o'er all the valleys hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be here in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. They're clearly giving the bits because they're enjoying my singing, right? That's why I've been singing here. And there, I got my song out of the way too. Got it out early rather than at the end, but I may do another one at the end. Let's see.
I got lots of announcements today too.
Yeah,
we got 3 contest varieties to announce winners for today.
Yeah, I was going to say, we just have too much stuff here that already warned people we're going to go late today, so.
I gave Chris permission to
Oh,
show
man, they're
off
going to...
a first look at the Obsidian Panopticon. If it's up to him.
Oh, cool.
Now, is it Panopticon or Panopticon?
Pan.
Pan.
Pan. My clock says 4 o'clock.
Oh, it's definitely 4 o'clock. Oh, well, I guess that means we should get started here. Good afternoon, good evening, avatars. Welcome to the Friday stream. Oh, man, you guys are getting close. Oh, but John Marcus wants another song. And that gets you guys really close to level 3 there. You're like 4% with 3 minutes left to go there. That's good. We haven't had a good hype train in a while. I think we've been stalling at about 2 or barely crawling over the 3 line. You guys are easily going to get 3 there. That's good. We've got good prizes this month. So, thank you for joining us for our Friday stream here. I'll get the game up in just a minute. As always, I'm doing a bunch of stuff at the same time. But this is the Shroud of the Avatar. I know we've got a lot of new players out there and some new people who said they're going to join us on the stream today. But this is the Friday dev stream for Shroud of the Avatar. We come on here, we talk to you guys, we tell you stories. Sometimes we sing for you. These are the parts that you don't like, but then we also answer your questions. We give away prizes. We talk about things going in the game and all sorts of stuff there. And oh, that fish looks angry.
It's a big
Wow,
fish.
he's mean. Calm down there, Violet. Violet's a boy, but we named it Violet before you could tell whether it's a boy or girl. But anyways, welcome to the Friday stream. I'll get the game on there in just a minute, turn off the fish. But those are the fish behind me, and that is actually, you can see that's the same stream. I just have a camera pointing in the tank. Violet is fighting with the 2 of the Severums there that are trying to make babies. And hold on, getting close to the game. But anyways, today we should be having a couple of people joining us here. Right now we have 2 people. We're expecting 1 more. Hold on. I'm trying to get this off the screen. I don't think I'm going to manage it. There, maybe? There we go. Okay, there you go. Now you guys are back. My name is Chris, also known as Atos in Game or Chompy in Game. In the upper right-hand corner, which I know how to point to, right up there, we have Keith. You want to say a few things, Keith?
Yeah, my name is Keith Quinn, and I'm Sannio on the forums, and I do quests and level design, player-owned town implementation, and a lot of miscellaneous things.
Awesome stuff. And then next to Keith there, we have Elgarion, also known as Rick.
Hey guys, community manager for Shroud of the Avatar, and I also do loot, store items, crafting, and
Those
decoration.
new food items.
Yeah, food, lots of food.
I was going to say, we need to give you a different title. You shouldn't be calling yourself just a community manager. That's kind of secondary these days.
Ooh, can I pick it?
Yeah, pick your title. Everybody gets to pick the title on the team.
Sweet.
Sannio, do you have a cool title?
Me?
Yeah.
On the forum it says lead quest and level designer.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
That's very serious. That's like what a real game company would have for you.
Steven says he's running just a little bit behind, but he should be here.
Well, that's
Sounds
all right.
like.
We are too. Almost done there. Oh, that's the Waru there. That brown dude. Almost got the game up. So we're going to talk a lot about the release that just went out. We're going to show off some videos. We're going to show off at least 1 new map that's in progress. Going to give away a lot of prizes, apparently, because we're on level 4 hype train, which means we've completed 3 of them already, so there's at least 5 rounds of prizes there. And, I don't know. That'll probably take the whole stream there, especially depending on how many questions we do. Guys, we're getting questions flowing in like mad here. I'll copy some up for you in case you want to start picking at some.
Oh, questions are posted? Oh, there we go.
Yep, and Ravalox says he's at the vet. Trying to take care of that puppy dog.
Gotta take care of your dogs.
Yeah, how's Hero? Everybody knows
He's
Hero,
doing
so we
alright.
can talk about Hero on the stream.
He had, for those who don't know, year ago he scratched his eye, and then a month ago he did it again. And it's like a simple procedure they do, but I guess it's annoying. He has to have contact lens on for a while. Contact lens is now off, and everything looks healed. He'll have to do like another follow-up visit, but everything's okay. He'll just take some drops for a little while. Then 3 weeks he'll go back, and the vet will say, "Looks fine.
Holy cow!
Visit was unnecessary, and thanks for the money."
Yep, I think they're actually going to get level 4 here. That's a lot of prizes.
Yeah,
And
we ever
apologize,
had a
Delaney.
level
All right, so I guess we can go ahead and get started on things here. We're 5 minutes in the stream, so we can start talking about the. We just did something yesterday. What happened yesterday? Oh, we had a release.
Oh, yeah. Lots of updates for the past release. Let me give you guys a link. Read through the notes, guys.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Oh, everybody.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay, I can go read those too. But I can talk about some of the stuff. So I think people know this. We've talked about in past streams at least. We've tried to change up how we're doing our releases. It's a constant debate on the team. Like, do we go to like a quarterly release and just do a bunch of patches along the way? Man, you guys are tearing it up down there. I'll make sure and call off names here before the end of the stream to thank everybody. Yeah, so we've been trying to figure that out. Do we go to every other month? Do we do like a 6-week thing? And a lot of this comes from just when we have a release, like we had a long Christmas release over the holidays, where everybody on the team was like, that was such a better release in terms of feeling like a relaxed, getting stuff done. You didn't have to feel like so rushed when we have like a 6-week release. But after talking it through, I think we've decided, at least for the foreseeable future, we're going to continue with the monthly releases. There's a couple people on the team who really like the pacing of that. Just knowing that the last Thursday of every month, it's very predictable. It's predictable for the players. But we've moved to what a lot of people in the industry do, which is we try to do a TikTok release, I think is the buzzword to call it, where you do a kind of a patch and bug fixing release, and then you do a bigger release that has more content in it. So this was our tick release, which is supposed to be bug fixing and not many new features, although we got quite a few new changes in, but they were more balanced rather than big new features. Hopefully next release we're going to actually have some new maps for you. And what do you think, Sannio? I'll put you on the spot. How's your map? Is it looking good for next release? 5-week release?
I think so. I'd like Travis to take a look at it to give me some feedback.
Yeah.
Some of it. It's still in blockout stage, but it's an advanced blockout. It's called the Obsidian Panopticon. And it's going to be in a snowy area in a big canyon. It's a prison run by Obsidian elves.
Okay, well, I think it's probably time we say goodbye to the fish. That is the tank behind me, so you will still be able to see the fish, but from a different angle there. Let's see, hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to turn off the fish now. Alright, that's Vulcan there. Okay, there we go. Now we're in game. They're trying to complete level 5. Has it ever been done? It actually has been done before. Not too often. You have to have some really generous people in stream who are in a good mood. I think we got some good mood people here today. So there's a chance we might make it.
Because spring has sprung. That's why.
Yeah.
Spring has sprung. I guess we need to make that announcement. Which is the... Well, Elgarion, you're kind of distorting there. You're kind of in an alternate universe. Man, they are feeling
cool.
generous today.
My new VFX are in. Sweet.
Yeah, that's... but, let's see. So, let's talk about the current release that went out. There's some things that at least need to be addressed, talked about a little bit before we get into the actual questions or we start showing off some new levels or talking about prize winners. So this was the tick release, as I mentioned. This was a lot of bug fixes and balance work and a lot of stuff, talking about balance work and bug fixes. And then there's a lot of stuff that that guy in the corner did, which is to change up a lot of the loot. Now he's doing a lot of stuff to push things out there, which I will admit are scary. And he talks to me about them first, and for a lot of these things, I just kind of trust him and let him do what he thinks best, and then I'll scream bloody. There was actually at least one thing this release that I screamed bloody murder on at the last minute. And it's like, I'm scared, I'm too scared to do it. That we ended up not pushing out there. But there's a lot of stuff that goes in there. So I think people are liking the stuff that's in there right now. There's a couple of things that are going to be tweaked on things, but this was, I mean, there are just a ton of changes in there besides the new food, which he can talk about, but also a bunch of loot changes. For me, I get to do all the stuff that you guys hate, which is trying to improve combat balance. Right now, I believe the balance in the game is not great. And that's one of those things too, pulling metrics and looking at stuff. You know, my feeling is it's not great. When I get into game, you guys probably don't know this, but I probably spend 2 or 3 hours a week. And you got to level 5. I think that's all you can do, so stop giving us bits. You can still give us bits. Well, you're free to give us bits, but I think it actually stops at level 5. Let's see. Does it? Yep. Stops at level 5. I'll turn it up a little bit. I think there's a way you can turn the difficulty. It may be set easy. But the stuff I'm doing is the stuff you guys don't like, but it's stuff that needs to be done, which is fixing a lot of the balance stuff in there. Looking at the metrics, again, my feeling from watching you guys in game a lot, invisible, and just seeing how people play, which is part of where I get my, check to see how things are going and what things need to be changed. But the feeling I had from that matches up with the feel I'm getting from metrics, which is continuing to be extremely archer OP in a lot of different ways. Fire mages OP in a lot of different ways. The rest of them are, there's some balance issues here and there and some specific skills that might need a little tweaking, but in general, they're not horrible. They kind of pale in comparison because right now about half the world is a fire mage archer. And actually the metrics confirm that as well. So there's a lot of blade guys out there and people trying to play their own style, but right now there's a lot of things to be pushed down. So there were a lot of complaints. I saw a few complaints on archery stuff that was changed. There was honestly very little that changed for archery. There was stuff that changed globally, some of which impacted archers more than I think other people. But most of the stuff was kind of global changes. I think the only change that might actually have happened that was directly an archer change was I think multi-shot went from 12 base focus to 15 base focus. That may be the only thing that was direct. Now the other things that happened, and again that's trying to watch you guys and seeing do people think about focus, and honestly there's kind of a mixed bag. Some people are always out of focus and some people always have too much focus. So that's one of those things I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to see who's burning through the focus and what play styles. People who use locked, that can burn through a lot more focus. I think you guys know that. You can use less focus if you charge things up, but if you build up heat on stuff, then you end up using more focus. Yeah, so most of the other changes were things that sort of impact archers, but they aren't directly archer changes. They're things like changing the charging speed. So if you're someone who uses free attack and you charge up your free attack, the charging actually goes a little quicker now, but it gives a little less damage boost. The net DPS should be actually the same. I actually tested it with a bunch of different scenarios and tried to get it so it was nearly the same. It'll always be a little bit different because it all depends on the weapon you're using, but it's pretty close. There were a few changes to make the weapon damage a little less important, a little more diluted in the overall calculation of damage for things, but that was honestly very minor. And again, also affects everybody. There were some changes to help out casters, although I think really the groundwork has been laid to help out the casters with some of the critical change stuff that's gone in for that. But I don't think there's that much stuff out there right now that can actually make use of that. And then there was overall extremely high level skills will take a little more focus. That is, if you look at the base focus for something, like when you have something at a skill level of like 40, it may cost 10, but as it scales up, it actually increases in focus cost to match the power of the skill. So that curve was increased ever so slightly. That's something actually I've done it on previous releases, but I just increased it a tiny little bit. This time I increased it, I forget how much, but it's moved up it's a power function, so it's actually a curve, but that curve shifted up a little bit. Let's see, what else? What other things went in that... movement was one that Again, it's not an archer change. I think archers feel it more. And this is just one of those things. I think people know that speed in combat was crazy. Trying not to impact speed out of combat. We probably will at some point slow things down a little bit out of combat, just because in general it's so fast it doesn't look good. But it's one of those things we're not that worried about, just because it's really a convenience factor. It's not really a power thing. But speed in combat is one of those things that, as we look at trying to improve AI, fix AI, as we look at how players see other people in PvP, not just PvE, but PvP, there were a lot of issues that come up due to movement speed. It's one of those things, and that's one of those things that gets aggravated for players who are, playing from, Malaysia or Russia or wherever, where they might have a much longer ping time. That time gets, how bad it looks to have really high movement speed varies depending on that lag. So it's one of those things that doesn't always look bad. A lot of times it looks bad. It definitely screws with the AI and makes it really difficult for us to work with. The speed is slowed down some. It's not that much more. I think I might have tweeted once that confused people and thought people thought I was going to cut the movement speed in combat in half. That's not what I was doing. So let's see. Movement change was the worst of the pack. Movement change was possibly the worst of the pack in terms of players disliking it, but it's also one that needed to happen. And this is kind of where we're at. We've got a lot of, I think people know that too much of the game is trivial. Too much of the game in PvE is trivial. Too much of the game in PvP feels unbalanced, where there's only a few winning styles. So this is one of those things, both of those two things need to, some big changes have to happen. Anytime I make these changes, in the old days, it would constantly be people would email Richard and tell him to fire me or whatever. That actually did happen a lot. But nowadays, of course, it's just people getting angry and threatening to quit. And that's one of those things, I hate seeing that, but we can't be held hostage by that. We have to, there's some things in here that really have to change. And if there's some people that get frustrated, we hope you'll come back. But again, the things we're doing is for the betterment of the game long term. We're spending a fair amount where we've actually had some really big successes with some ad campaigns, and probably going to be spending a lot more on ads and trying to bring in a lot more people. And we don't want people coming in, and you see it in global chat, people talk about how unbalanced it is and why would you bother being anything but an archer type talk, or why are you trying to do that scene without a fire mage. So that's stuff we've got to balance for the long term. I know it upsets people in the short term. We just hope you'll be patient, understand. I promise in the end you won't be the weakest guy in the party. I'm continuing to try to move things down slowly, slow as I can, but still make visible improvements every release in terms of getting the balance there. I've had a few people say just like, screw it, rip off the Band-Aid, do it all at once, and if they quit, they quit. But I think we're better off. It's so easy to overshoot on that stuff. I'm trying to make visible, measurable changes. And this release was actually some pretty good changes went in terms of pulling that down. And I know it upsets some people and your playstyle might have to change slightly. But again, having a game where all content is trivial as well is also not really something that you want long term. So sorry for those people that have upset, but it needs to happen, and it's long overdue, so trying to do it. So let's see. So that was the talk on stuff. Shield of Air was one of the other ones that had to change. I think people knew this is one we talked about last stream and maybe the stream before, that just the math on it really broke down. We have a lot of things that are numbers that approach 0, and as it approaches 0, it gets big. I won't go into all the detailed math. Right now, the change that went in was kind of a small change, just to pull people up so they can't reach basically absolute 0, where they can just stand around and be Superman and be impervious to everything. It should pull people up so the very best people are up to like a 20%, and people get shifted slightly. But that Shield of Air will probably receive a major rework next release. We'll see how it goes. It will probably be in the same general feeling, but it'll probably give a much lesser effect in terms of absorbing damage, but give other effects that are more beneficial to the type of people who use it. Yes, archers. I think we've talked about before, but We do have some skill trees that work together well, and Archer ranged and air is obviously one of those, since they're both very dex focused, and that is not by accident. So, all right, I've been talking a lot. You guys looked over any of the questions there?
Yeah, I got one right up, one of the front ones I think I can answer.
Okay.
Can we make it so obsidian animals always drop obsidian carcasses and not sometimes a regular carcass? Absolutely, and I did notice that. The only thing I changed with obsidian carcass drops, I think, was there was one wolf variety of the, like a destroyer wolf that said obsidian destroyer that wasn't dropping them, I think. And then the stags were at 0.5 drop rate for their carcass instead of 0.8 like the other ones. So I bumped that up to 0.8. But I'll look at all of them, make sure if it's an obsidian creature, it drops an obsidian carcass. And I'll do that Monday.
All right, and I'm going to a town that was suggested I visit and stream from, Baron's Reach. I have been there a few times. I see people mentioning some stuff like getting some new skills in, and that is in the short-term plan to get some more skills in there. I'd like to have at least 2 or 3 skills in every tree that can feel like something you can use in combat and something that players want to have. There's nothing, that's one of the things I've been looking at too, is pulling the metrics to see which trees are very lopsided in terms of their use, where it's like, here's a tree that gets used a lot, but it's really only 1 or 2 skills. People end up leveling up everything in it so they can get their attunement up, or improve some aspect of it, or get the passives and combat stuff, but they really only use 1 or 2 skills in it, and that's what I really don't like seeing. So I'm going to try to make sure those trees either get balanced and improve, the skills, other skills in them get brought up, or that additional skills get added to them. Let's see. So today, I've mentioned that before, and this reminds me of something. I think people saw the green water last time. This is actually special water here, which this very creepy person here is one of the ones that bought. Was it Richard who gave blood, or Richard? It was Richard and Star both gave blood, right?
That's right.
I think they both did blood.
Reliquaries.
The blood reliquaries. And one of the things you got with the blood reliquaries is you could have this red water.
It does look cool.
Yeah. I like how you can see through it. But that was one of the little extra bonuses you got from getting one of the blood reliquaries. By the way, for those people who missed that, that's still one of my more memorable things, is having the nurses come in and draw blood and Star fainting and having to sit down in the corner during a stream. But you guys saw that the water this release changed to green for St. Patrick's Day against the wishes of at least 1 or 2 people on the team who said it would look hideous. I didn't think it looked that hideous, but it is something that we will be doing. I had a lot of people request that they get to keep their green water. I'm going to avoid doing anything that's anywhere near like this. In fact, I'll probably avoid red water altogether. But I will be doing some totems that you can place in your pots to change the color of your water if you're a pot owner and you want to have a slightly different water color. So I'm going to get those done. I'll try to get that done for next release for the talk. So you guys can have your green water back, or more bluish. But that'll be in the store next time for pot owners, so you can customize your town a little more. Let's see. Let me fly around here. You guys have any more questions? I've got more to post up there if you want to. I've not even looked at them yet, though.
Do you mind if I go ahead and announce? Because it's going to cause some delays on some other stuff I mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
Can get done
Go ahead.
489. Talk about that exceptional stuff to them.
Yep. Do it.
Cool. So basically, guys, some big changes are coming with exceptionals. Huge. A lot of which you guys, complaining about excessive amounts of RNG and crafting. It's going to basically eradicate a significant layer of it. So what I'll be doing, it's a lot of grind work, but he's going to do a global change to how exceptionals work in the code. And all it's going to take is for me to basically duplicate every gear asset, not store items, because you guys, of course, just use those for patterns. So duplicate every gear asset that you can craft, those base items. I got to duplicate all the artifacts, all 5 varieties of each one. And then those will become the outputs to the recipes and the upgrade recipes. and add 50 durability to all of them. And then exceptionals will no longer affect durability of your items. It's going to do a very small 5% adjustment to essentially the sturdiness of the item. You know, those durability damage modifiers Chris created a while back, where cloth and leather and plate and chain are slightly more resistant to damage than others. It's just going to add a little 5% difference to that. And of course, you'll get your experience bonuses because exceptional technically is a critical. And bada bing, bada boom. So you guys will get max amount of masterworks and enchants for every item, and also every single chest piece will be made sure it's the same max durability as every chest piece. You know, when I go through that, because I'll be looking at it anyway. And so basically, yeah, you're save up your crafting materials, because you know, you're going to be able to get an old exceptional every time, and then the new exceptional. I think that 5%, it's a nice teaser of, hey, cool, this one's going to be 5% more, you know, durable, but it's not going to be oh my, this item is worthless, because it's just a 5% difference. So what do you guys think?
Speak now while you can.
Yeah, they are speechless.
Part of that's because of lag, but that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and lots of other big crafting changes, all coming from Elgarion's brain and also Beezus, who is working on that stuff. This is totally not stuff for the stream, but I forgot to mention on chat today that B actually just finished moving. He's now down, I won't say what town, so stalkers don't go and kill him for his crafting changes, but he actually moved out of Austin. He's a little bit south of Austin now. To be closer to his family with a kiddo. But anyways, that's why he was on the list this week. Remembered you couldn't reach him at some point. But this is Baron's Reach. It looks like there's at least a couple of spots here available. Oh, nope, that one's reserved. He just doesn't have he doesn't have a house down on it. Let me see, I can get to some questions here. I know we got lots of other videos and stuff to show, and tournament announcement stuff. Let's see. I will say the last question, I think, from last stream was Dr. L saying, question, Elgarion is the man. I tend to agree with that. I also agree that Sannio is the man. I'll only call you two out, even though there's a lot of awesome people on the team, but since you guys are on the stream with me...
It's a really great team.
And we also, of course, have David on the team. He's getting his, I think I mentioned it on Twitter, which I know he reads, and he's probably watching the stream. But David is getting his trial by fire, because the first thing I asked him if he wanted to work on was one that seemed easy. Yeah, he wanted to work on it. Yeah, of course, it'll be easy. It'll be a simple fix, which is fixing the practice dummy. So it's getting closer. But I think there's probably 40 different changes he's put in at this point trying to fix that. There will be another one coming up in the build that is underway right now, trying to fix it. It's getting closer. So yes, the practice dummy is his practice dummy. So he can try and learn some of the systems. But he's getting close to getting back to working on the UI. It's also good having him as someone who's played the game quite a bit. It's good having him on the team. Just like Elgarion, which is he has a lot of feedback that's really player feedback, coming through dev now that he's behind the scenes, and that's, weird. I was talking to him about UI because he's going to be totally redoing the UI that's on the left side of the screen, the character health stuff, for a number of reasons, maintainability being a big one, but also performance and just more usability. It is something that no one has touched because it is so old that everybody's afraid to touch it. Any touching of it breaks it. But anyways, he's going to be rebuilding that, and that's just having the conversations with him of, talking about, why do we even show every single icon for every person, who's there? Do you really care what buffs they have on? And it's like, no. And it's like looking at other games, like, no, they don't show all the buffs that other people have on. You got to, like, maybe if you click on them, it shows. And so that's probably one thing we'll move to as a quick performance fix. He said that it would take a bit of time. I'm not sure how long it'll take, so I'm not sure if it'll be this release or a patch, or if it'll be wait until the next release, the talk release. But anyways, I'm excited about some of the stuff. It's good having feedback from somebody. Let's see. Trying to catch up with some chat here. Let's see.
I got a question for you. Stymie LLTS.
Long live the Syndicate.
What's that?
That's LLTS. When you see someone with LLTS,
Long live the Syndicate.
there's a few dozen people in game with that. That's long live the Syndicate.
Yes. Who's the sadistic developer who keeps putting squirrels and rabbits in tier 10 plus seeds? That's me. And that's this level designer who keeps adding those. But we're talking with Elgarion, and we want to add other things as well. We want to mix it up. Mix in some chickens and sheep and ducks, cows, all other trivial critters. We don't want to remove the squirrels and rabbits. They're nice in their little woodland areas, but we want to have some domestic animals here and there as well. Spread them out.
Yeah, especially now that all those meat types are more prevalently used in recipes that are useful.
If you wonder why we put them in, we don't just put them in just to harvest them or whatever. They're actually kind of a nice gimmick where, like, you might have bad guys, say like wolves, maybe they're tier 10 wolves or whatever. They might just sort of like meander in their little area, but when they see a squirrel that's nearby, they will race across to attack it. And it's actually kind of an interesting thing to see, that sort of dynamic of a prey and predator, and also just to get some movement on the screen. So there's some visual gimmicks of reward that helps out. So there you go.
I'm sure there's a story behind why this troll is named Don.
Because his parents named him that? Maybe it's a family name?
I was thinking it may be more Godfather related or something, but Dr. L, on Shield of Air Balance, what do you think about scaling Shield of Air linearly with damage absorbed per point of focus? I've got so many ideas, and I've had players give me so many ideas on Shield of Air. I'm going to try to... I put in this small change this time. I think people know I put in some other bigger changes on QA that I yanked as I was trying to work through some of those things, but it'll be a big change for next release. I'm still not 100% sure what it'll be. I'm going to try to preserve the essence of it. It will probably still be damage absorption. It's just a matter of how do you limit how powerful it is, because you have players who, they get up to 2,000 focus or whatever, and then they get their Shield of Air reeled down. They basically have effectively 10,000 or 20,000 hit points in the most extreme cases. I'm sure someone in chat can tell us how crazy they get theirs, but I'm going to try to make sure it still feels like a defining skill for air, but it's not quite as OP. It's going to be something that players will still want to use it, but it will not be how it is right now. And again, that's one idea, is just making it linear. I think that may be a little too much, unless it gives some other big bonuses. The other ideas I've thrown a bunch of them out there, but stuff like over time making it so it increases all focus costs, like as you take more damage, it drains focus a little bit, like it does now, but it makes the skills you use drain more focus or cost more focus, which that needs a little more love too, because then you could be a ranged guy, cast the shield up and never use any focus because you're just shooting your bow. But there's a lot of different ideas out there. You guys have given me a lot of feedback. I'm going to make sure and make it something you will still want to have. It just can't be quite as OP as it is right now. Right now it's really game-breaking at the very extremes. And again, some of that is the math. Mentioning math, that is one of the things that I've been changing, working on math, because I would love to get more math in the game to be more unified. And one of the things I really hate is having a hard-coded, here's the cap for something. having a cap, and that's for things like these skills that go from like 0 to 100% type stuff. That's Shield of Air is basically 100% or 200% down to players are getting it down to 20%, which is like the exchange rate from when you take damage. How much does that cost you in focus? You take 100 points damage. If you have a 20% 0.2, it only takes 20 focus. So I'm looking at a lot more of that stuff to make it. There's a lot of places where the math, as you approach 0 or 100, the math starts breaking down. So for a lot of those things, a couple of them have hard caps on them now, but I'm going to try to remove those hard caps and change the math, which is I just did this for block and parry. It'll probably be, I think it goes in the build that is underway right now. It goes live in the build that's underway right now. But it changes it so rather than being a 0 to 100, and if you have an 80 block, you get 80% parry. That had always been capped at 80, so there's never a reason to try to increase it past that. Same thing for parry, it was never a reason to increase it past that. But instead what it's going to do when you get to beyond 80, the cap is going to be gone. You'll be able to get it to 90 or 100. But for every point you get over some set number of like 80, it also increases the max roll that amount too. So if you get 20 points, if you get it up to 100, it'll be, rather than doing a die roll from 0 to 100 and seeing if you're under it, it'll be a die roll from 0 to 100 plus 20, 120. So your odds will keep increasing with it. Yes, Tina O'Neill, yes, that is even worse, is it never really told you hit that cap. So I'm going to be trying to remove any places like that where there's caps on these things, and there's at least a couple of them. Like I said, I just removed 2 of them. I'm going to try to remove all of them. But I'm going to try to switch to more of that type math where there's a cap where here's the most efficient point is when you get up to the cap, but if you continue to increase beyond that, it will still increase. So there may be something like that where I just rework the Shield of Air math so it does that type stuff, so it, how it gets pushed towards the limit changes. You guys have any questions you want to do? I've got some here I can do.
Yeah, I got one here.
Okay.
Mad Chef Azenos asks, are unicorn carcasses dropping in game? The answer is no. They've been created, but it looks like the unicorns, correct me if I'm wrong, are dropping the meat, so you don't even have to butcher anything. It just goes right into the recipe. I got a note to fix that and put another process in your pipeline. You'll have to take it to your butchering table, and it'll be switched to carcasses, and that'll even help me do more adjustments for scarcity and stuff, because you can. I got another layer I can adjust.
Okay, well, I got one thing I don't think we've mentioned yet. Maybe I was reading and not paying attention when you answered it or talked about it. But you also made a big change to a lot of the loot. I had someone immediately contact me frantically on text messages because, oh my god, it's all broken. I got like way more artifacts dropping just in the first, what happened? And you want to give them the quick update on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of the complaints and feedback, I scour the forums every workday, guys, and I read every new post. And through quite a bit of time, and of course through my play history, people have become a little frustrated with some of the extreme RNG for like super ultra rare drops. And but Chris made a really cool thing a while back with the common artifacts, but they just never got distributed out into loot, and so people were still getting uncommons and above and stuff like that. So now we got those in game. I mean, you can get common artifacts from dailies. I mostly did like the ones more related to crafting, or some more generic ones like Ring of Life, that kind of stuff. Smashing open crates and barrels. Just in the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, you've noticed more and more things being put in those, like little recipes here and there. Well, now I think I have 3 artifacts that are kind of popping in there as well. Like, I kind of consider them like newbie starter artifacts. I think there's a Ring of Life common that has a chance in there. The Necklace of Civility, which is just straight health now, no adventure level. And I forget the third one, but it was all kind of like something that a newbie would, a nice starter artifact for them to get them hooked on the artifact system. And then every single creature almost seems to have some relationship to a common artifact now. Now keep in mind, these are non-boss creatures, basically still have rare chances to get them, but not crazy rare. We're talking like 1-2%. Higher tier ones up to tier 15 could have upwards, maybe 4 or 5, because it takes 128 commons to make an epic. So how long do we really want you to spend doing that? And then, but for boss monsters, I'm going with a pretty standard formula on their special artifact. You get a guaranteed drop of a common artifact on a boss, and it's 90% it'll be a common. And that's pretty much the formula used for bosses, because often we want you to grind the boss too, just to finally get your epic for that too. So that's kind of how that works. And of course, artifact balance is coming. So when you get really excited that you finally have that epic whatever, just keep in mind some adjustments could be coming. But we do have the big thing that'll be pushing off because of the work with the exceptionals that I just described will be the artifact components. I'll still do the salvage work for mundane items this month, like rusty spatulas, all that kind of stuff. But and then I'll just keep a close eye on anything that becomes too common, giving them more purposes for crafting. Like for instance, rare offhand artifacts were used for the shrines. Just keep adding in more and more uses for overabundant items, and just endless cycle of that.
So the too long didn't listen response to that was more artifacts, but more artifacts that are common. So it feels like you're getting more, but not getting a ton more, just probably some more in general, but also more local stuff. So I had someone who was actually freaked out because they actually broke a barrel, and they're like, "You gotta stop! Lock down the build!" Yeah, and they got like an artifact or two common artifacts out of breaking a barrel at some point. So they were a bit freaked out. So, but good stuff, and lots of big changes coming next release too for that same type stuff. So that will be exciting as well. Let's see, Keith, do you have a question you want to answer? If not, I can jump in.
There's a question: will dinosaurs be added into the game soon? From the Sometimes Darker. There are no plans for dinosaurs to be added into the game soon. We do have other enemies in mind that will be coming soon, which we haven't revealed them yet. But there will be new enemies coming in.
By the way, if you saw me down here cheering, it's because I really want dinosaurs in the game. Lots of reasons. One, because my 7-year-old, now 7, had a birthday last week. My 7-year-old loves dinosaurs, as all younger kids do. 2, I think it's kind of one of those things where it has like a well-established back fiction and people get it. 3, it feels like most of them feel like high-end creatures, which, we need some more high-end creatures. And then 4, possibly the most compelling one is there are a lot of really good dinosaur models out there made that we can acquire rather than it being something, they're like really good. It's one of those things, I think it's kind of like the test of artists. Like, you want to work here, make us a good dinosaur or something, because it seems there's just so many of them that are, practically movie quality good. So that's one of the things.
But it'd be a lot of work, right, to get the rigs working right.
It's always a lot of work.
The pets and things like that.
Yeah, it's always a lot of work. But yeah, and also
cool, I'd be into it. I think Richard wasn't super into it. Maybe there's some others.
No, Richard was into it. There's some other people who are not as into it.
No,
I was
can't
almost.
remember who it was. I remember.
Yeah, I won't call anybody out. I see Honda's mentioning Savage Empire. Yeah, I'm friends with Warren Spector. I think half the people in Austin are, who was Savage Empire guy. So absolutely, and definitely remember that. And we actually had a Savage Empire picture at the office for a long time. Here's one I will ask to Elgarion. When will leather and cloth belts be enchantable and masterworkable? Are they not already?
No, and I would imagine by RD9. I didn't make those.
Okay.
Made those.
Oh, that's right. B made those.
Yeah. I'll look into it, and I want to review also all the artifact belts at the same time. That'll be some of the, of course, balance work comparing crafted items to artifact items and that kind of stuff. But yeah, they should be. So if artifact belts, enchantable and masterworkable, then of course those will be too. And R89 at the latest.
Yeah. And I think I mentioned already that, yeah, B only gave us limited time. He got some good stuff in, even with his limited time this release, because he was doing the whole move thing. If you guys haven't seen, Austin is the most overpriced town in America at the moment.
Wow.
There's a house in our neighborhood that sold in one day with more than a dozen offers. It's sold for $185,000 over asking price.
Dang.
You could buy, like, just in 15 years ago, you could just about buy a house for how much over asking price that was. It's crazy down here right now. Yeah, we're not going to sell. It just feels so unsustainable. The neighborhood over, a house in Circle C, Austin. Nobody knows that, but a house in Circle C, not a super high-end neighborhood, but a house sold for $300,000 over asking price. I had it on the news, but we're currently the most overpriced, crazy, hyped market in the world, apparently.
That is nutty.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question to answer. Dr. L, that's Mimner, asks, where do I get plain bread for the new ooze sandwich recipe? In fact, there's I think 3, maybe 4 of the recipes that use plain bread. At least that's what it says, bread. But it's essentially a classification like binding or strap or sheet. It's just a generic name for a broader category. So you'll find these things. They're pretty common. You've seen them around the world before. Slim bread loaf, braided bread loaf, short bread loaf. There's 7 of them. Just plain bread loaf. Just bread loaf.
So you're saying anything with bread in the name?
Yeah, except for lemon bun. If you want a little bit of lemony flavor in your sandwich, go for it. Wheat bun, and then also roll, I think. Yep, and roll. And another thing to consider, this is a lot related to, if you look on the food spreadsheet, let me know. If you look on the food spreadsheet, let me get that link for you. Goofy data. All right, so on the food spreadsheet, look under the starter foods, just do a Control F for starter, and you'll see it's those 7 food items, those breads, and they all have pretty decent standard stats for newbies, because you can pick those up as stealable world items all over as decoration in the world, if you want to rob a baker blind if you want, or you can buy them from tavern merchants, innkeepers, barmaids. All 3 of those have identical merchant, what they're selling now. It's 2 varieties of alcohol, a generic wine and a generic ale. Ale is new, and those still have the 5-minute inebriation effect, because we had a lot of complaints about the disorientation effect it was having on players, because all these foods have purposes now. Like, I'm trying to mine and I'm wanting to barf. So in any case, those now got reduced. All the regular foods we use and drinks got reduced to 15 seconds instead of 5 minutes. But there's still 2 funsy ones there if you want to just be goofy and use that effect. And then those 7 foods, those 7 breads are there as well. And you'll find tons of them while you're out adventuring. But I figured it'd be a full circle cycle concept that even the newbie foods still have purpose in high-level recipes just by applying it as a generic bread for one of the ingredients. And then there was 3 alcohols that were on those merchants. It was farmhouse ale, I think a white table wine or something, and then I have that spreadsheet. I brought it up just for this topic. White table wine, and the last one was 1 year whiskey. Those 3 were on merchants, but they ended up with really good stats with all those changes. Some of them already had it, actually. And so they got changed. They got pulled off the merchants, and those 3 got put into loot. There's a little bit of a different concept for all these different food items you guys can craft. So now the 1 year whiskey is called Elven Brandy, and you can find it on a large variety of Elven loot tables, all Elven loot tables, in fact. And it got added to a daily reward where you'll get 3 of those for a daily quest as well. And then if I go down to the white table wine, that got converted to Kobold Spirits. Now keep in mind that's to spell critical chance, so that got added to the loot tables of Kobold Mages and Casters, and also 3 servings can be gotten every day if you do the daily quest. And then for the last one is Farmhouse Ale, and that was a dexterity bonus, so I thought most appropriate to put on Satyr Archers, and it's now called Satyr Spirits, and there's also a daily quest to get 3 portions of that as well. And keep in mind, too, those same 3 daily quests we just described also received a new common artifact, so definitely go out and do those dailies.
Awesome.
Just added 2 more dailies, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Segue-wise. So if players don't know, there is a... these are sort of like minor level dailies that kind of depended on some other factors. So if you go to Spite in the I think it's called the Moratorium, there's an NPC in there where if you have finished the episode 2 Tanglemire Wildflower quest, then he will offer you a certain quest. He'll also offer it to you if you have... the quest is that if you bring him a burial coffin, which has a dead person inside, you can give it to him and he'll just give you some money in exchange. If you already have one on you, then it doesn't matter if you did the quest or not. He will do the swap as well, and the trade can happen once a day. And there's something mildly similar in Necropolis Barons. Davropos, the master death trainer, he wants the corpse which that he may or may not have be using to make burial coffins, but he will take those corpses and convert them over to he'll trade them to you, and he's doing some experiments on them apparently.
All right. Well, I've got some more questions here, and we're already supposedly nearly out of time. We're obviously going to go late because don't we have 20 minutes of videos to watch or something?
Yep, 20 minutes of video for 3 video contest winners, and got some screenshots to look at, talk about some public or some community events, and fishing results, and treasure hunting contest results. Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff. So I'm not going to answer too many more questions here.
I got one more. I need to follow up.
Go ahead. Go on.
Things. So both of those quests that I mentioned will actually affect your virtue. The bringing the burial coffin to the Moratorium in Spite, is a positive virtue. It'll improve your love score. Whereas handing over the dead bodies for the Davropos to do his experiments on, that is a minus love virtue effect. So if you look at it sort of like have your virtue go up or down, you can sort of maybe that'll help you make your choices.
Yeah, and then you get 3 brand new potions for each one of those. For completing them every day. It's 3 elixirs of potency if you complete the one where you turn the coffin in to put somebody to rest, and that extends or increases the potency of your consumables by 5%, and then I think they last 1 hour each. And then the when you turn in the corpses for the guy experimenting on zombies and whatnot, he'll give you 3 elixirs of longevity, and that's 15 extension on duration for consumables. And you can actually pop both of those at the same time, unlike the skills related to that where you can only train one of them at a time, so that's pretty cool.
I'm watching you, Chris, watching you try and make that jump.
I think the collision on these is just a little too narrow for my capsule to fit through.
Might be a little tight, yeah.
But it makes you feel like you should be able to get through there. I want to fix that. That's horrible. Worst jumper ever. You're the worst jumper ever.
Get a ring of frog then. You're good to go.
Here's a side note. I'm actually not a great jumper. And when I worked on Star Wars: The Old Republic, and one of the guys was making his jumping puzzles to get to these what they call datacrons, I was the member of our little spawn team that would be the jumping tester, because if I could do it, then anyone can do it.
I see Vic Cannon asking if the prizing has happened. The prizing has not happened. I will start getting those going. Just a reminder, you do not have to be on the stream because we're probably going to go long here. And I should tell you there's some videos coming up, which I expect will be awesome. There will also be some singing coming up, which I can guarantee will not be awesome. But just a reminder, pointing that out, you don't have to be on the stream to get the prizes. You just have to be there to hear your name called. You'll get the prize whether you're on the stream or not. It's not like one of those where we only draw names of people on the stream or something. I have one here I want to answer from Brazen Spirituality, because it is something we talk about a lot, and we talk about it in most streams. Where does the new player experience stand, and what is its future? I believe we want new players to stay, right? or is it just me? We absolutely want new players to stay. As I mentioned, I spent some actual money on advertising a good chunk, which actually showed some really good results in terms of the dollars per person into the game. Much better than we'd seen before. I've got some plans. I've actually got some people working on some stuff that'll help me with another ad campaign that I think will be even better. But the new user experience is something we talk about, we lose sleep over, because we know it's not great. It is something that is really hard to change. We probably will make some changes to it in the future, possibly by the end of the year. Right now, we've got enough stuff we want to fix for you guys that it is not going to be a priority. So we will be making changes to it. We all think it could be improved. It's a large amount of work. I mean, it's really, what we have is not great, but it was probably 2 man years, 3 man years total to get there. Now, of course, a lot of that was... What's that?
I'd like to add what you're saying, Chris.
Yeah.
Which is sort of like we have our sort of new TikTok, sort of like small improvements, big improvements, in additions philosophy that we've been embracing lately. I've been playing through, and some the rest of the team have been playing through some of their early play areas and taking notes and making smaller changes where there won't be some like massive revamp of the whole area. We're definitely trying to find places to fix things, like adjust some falling damage, try to make sure there's no gaps in the mainline quest, and improving some of the dialogue, making sure there's compass markers. So little things like that, we sort of add them in to make sure that what we do have is smoother and easier and more fun to play.
Just got word that Ravalox is not going to make it. So, hold on one second here. But yeah, we are making a little improvements in things. We're making a little improvements in the starting experience. It's just redoing the starting experience. Really what we need to do is something that probably needs to have more hand-holding, but it's tough. I think some people know we had an old experience where you started on like a floating isle and you talk to people or you don't talk to people, you talk to machines and you pick your thing and you walk around and you read books and stuff like that. And we did away with that just because it was losing a lot of people. The hardcore people really liked it. The not so hardcore people, who didn't know much Ultima, were just like, this is so slow. How many hours am I going to have to play before I get to kill something? So we redid it to get you quicker into the game. Actually, we redid it a couple times to get you quicker into the game.
Yeah.
But we don't teach you that much now, and that's probably one of those things we need to have. I had some players who were talking, saying they love it, but how is anyone ever supposed to figure out taming? Because they wanted to be a tamer early on, and yeah, that's a big thing. But not exactly sure what the best fix for that is, but it may be something. One of the ideas that's been thrown around is basically giving the players a lot of different options in terms of quests they can pick up and just making the quests little things that teach you those things, and then we can incrementally add in. Because I'm not sure if you guys know, I mean, I know most of you know because you're probably long-time players, but there's some new people out there. There's a lot of features in our game. I mean, I was just up there and I saw the mannequins and, the quest stuff. There's a lot of, in terms of housing and governor stuff and decorations and the crafting. There's just an insane amount of stuff. There's NPCs you can program. You can build your own dungeons. There's like so many things, trying to figure out which things are important to teach you.
We've got a music system even?
Music system where you can play your own music and you can be synchronized with other people. You can write your own books. There's there's a million different things. And when you get into crafting, that's a whole game in itself in terms of the, being good at crafting and doing things. And it's one of those things, even as devs, we go and we try things, and we're never as good as the players because you guys spent so much time. You understand those systems so well, and each dev, they might know their own system, but they don't know all the crafting stuff. They don't know all the combat stuff. It's so deep. So figuring out what to teach people. So probably the most likely fix will be some type of, rather than a complete redo of the starting experience, improvements with Sannio or somebody else going in and making introductory quests to teach people things, so that if you want to learn how to be a bard, if you want to learn how to be taming, if you want to learn crafting, just making some little intro quests to that stuff to get them to stick to that.
So the idea that I had way back when we put Anais in as the helper with the extended tutorial in Isle of Storms, what I wanted to do was not have the extended tutorial, but have like mini tutorials that anytime you want, you can go to an NPC in the regular world and find out more information on like one thing. Like if you want to know about looting, like, oh, talk to me, we'll go into this other scene, you'll kill something, loot it, and now you'll explain it. So simple things like that. And maybe we can do something like that, simple things or more complicated things. We could have an NPC says, anytime you want to learn more, come to me, and we'll go through that one specific node of information. So I think that would be a good way to do it, because then that's infinitely expandable that kind of way too. Like you could just sort of like every once in a while just add in like another little bit, and if there's like an information guide NPC or something like in multiple areas around the world, then it would just be so much easier. Keep it in character as much as you can, but if it doesn't work, then you just take it out in character and I think that's how I would do it if we were started.
Yeah, it's going to have to be incremental, though. It's kind of the big thing. Doing a complete redo, we know how long that takes.
Yeah.
That is everybody on the team working on it for months to redo that type of situation. So, but anyways, yeah, that's really important to me, and I wanted to mention that just because I have been working on some ads and doing some advertising and trying to push people out there and trying to track, what is the cost of getting a new user into the game, and that's, as you were saying. Let's see, how did you phrase it? I believe we want new players to stay, right? Or is it just me? Trust me, when I'm sitting there looking at the cost per user to get somebody into the game, seeing a player leave during the starting experience or shortly after the starting experience, less than 2 hours. If we get you more than 2 hours, we know you're probably, there's a very good chance you're going to stick. There's a 75% or greater chance. If you get 2 hours in, you're going to stay for 100. It's that getting them to that 2 hour part. So I totally understand and trust me, as I'm having to spend money to bring in new players on ads. I would love to not see those guys, drop off after 2 hours. All right, so what are we doing now? We got too much stuff here to answer questions. I see a ton of questions flowing in, but not going to get to them now. I don't think I have an event this weekend. Last weekend I did the Iron Hall, the racing event, but I don't think I have one this weekend. I got to answer a lot of questions last time, so that was good.
A little extra Maxine time.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
You want me to dive into fishing contest then?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do fishing contest? I'll try and figure out how to play those videos you linked up there.
Okay, and let me see if I put them in sequence. Yeah, I did. So first, second, third place. The first place one's about 11 minutes. Then it's like maybe about 5 and 5, somewhere in there.
Well, the question is, do I play the third place first, or do I play the first place? I could do the second place first and then do third to build the drama. What do you think? I think that's where I'm going to go.
Okay.
We'll go with second place.
Okay. Well, here comes the second place video, and this person who submitted this is Darton Obscuro, and they're winning a Player-Owned Town Village lot deed. And thank you so much. This is actually really kind of whimsical and fun. They did a great job, and I think you're really going to like this, Sannio, because it's all about Aldur, and maybe
Nice.
List is going to like it too.
I'm trying to figure out how to play media. Go ahead and do your thing while I figure this out.
Okay, I'll do the fishing stuff real quick then. Let me scroll. Here we go. All right, guys. So the fishing contest winners. Keep in mind we're in a monthly contest now, and instead of 3 winners, there's a whole new category called NPC Town, Miscellaneous Towns, and there's more winners per category. So we literally have 12 winners to announce, and there's a new rule that you can only win one time. So you got we got 12 different people who are winning some prizes. So for the largest feted waterfish in the Player-Owned Town category, the first place winner winning a Player-Owned Town Village lot deed, a large gold fishing trophy, and the Master Angler title is Vindorian Dinier, fished out of an alligator gar measuring in at 2.491 ambiguous units out of Nightmare Falls. Congratulations. Second place winner wins a Player-Owned Town Rolot deed, a large silver fishing trophy, and the Master Angler title, Yig Endemian. Congratulations. He fished out a sturgeon at 2.478 ambiguous units out of Nightmare Falls. Then third place, winning an ornate fish throne, the large bronze fishing trophy and the Master Angler title. Puddlefoot, congratulations. A sturgeon also at 2.432 ambiguous units out of Outlander Welcome Center. And out of the NPC town and miscellaneous locations for largest fish, the first place winner wins a player-owned town village lot deed and a large gold fishing trophy and the Master Angler title. Angle fished out a tiger shark at 4.672 ambiguous units out of Arteris. Second place is player-owned town rollout deed, large silver fishing trophy, and a Master Angler title. Natan, a tiger shark, also at 4.493 ambiguous units out of Arteris. And third place, ornate fish throne, large bronze fishing trophy, and Master Angler title. Papilli, I don't know how to say that. Papilli, something like that. A tiger shark also at 4.158 ambiguous units out of Airy. Congratulations, guys! And now the largest fish out of PvP zones. We have first place winner, player in town village lot deed, large gold fishing trophy, Master Angler title, Proudfoot Underhill, Mosasaurus at 8.097 ambiguous units out of Blood Bay. We got a player owned town, rollout deed, large silver fishing trophy, and Master Angler title for second place. Sorgan Texacal, Mosasaurus at 6.074 ambiguous units out of Blood Bay. And for third place, an ornate fish throne, large bronze fishing trophy, and the Master Angler title, Delane Lachlan, a Colosanth, measuring in a 2.531 ambiguous units out of Blood Bay. And for the last category of the fishing contest, lava fishing. First place winner, player in town, village lot deed. I need to figure out a faster way to read these out. Large goldfish, there's a lot of repeating words here. Large gold fishing trophy and a Master Angler title, Sawtooth, with a Mosasaurus at 7.243 ambiguous units out of Blackblade Foothills. Congrats. Second place, player-owned town rollout deed, large silver fishing trophy, and a title, Sean Silverfoot with a Dunkley Ostius at 6.305 ambiguous units out of Blackblade Foothills. And third place, ornate fish throne, large bronze fishing trophy. Master Angler title goes to Uthgar Krakenwolf. He caught a Dunkley Ostius at a 6.002 ambiguous units out of Blackblade Pass. Congratulations. Now it looks like Chris might have the video ready.
I think I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cover you guys up here.
Cool.
Someone's calling me.
Yeah, they say they can't hear sound, but maybe you had it muted just to test them.
I'm gonna cover you guys up, and then stretch that to the screen there. Let's see if that works. That did not work. I don't know what I just stretched. There we go.
Okay, there you go. Really like that. They used for new content, 'cause that's part of the requirements for the video contest. They used Aldor, the mounts, and they used the coffin, the new coffin.
All right, I think I got the next one. This is third place. You want to announce third?
Sure. Let's see here. Third place winner was Save Dagril. Wins a player-owned town rollout deed, and this is actually something I hope we can use sometimes instead of fish, because it's actually like a screenshot video montage that really shows some really cool scenes of great world-built areas in the game. And it starts off, I believe, with Aldor.
Oh, and to keep people around, I know they're going to stay around anyways because they want to hear me sing at the end of the stream. But to keep people around, I will add some suspense by saying I will announce who the programmer is that is working on things at the end of the stream, towards the end of the stream. There you go. Now you want to say.
Is this like that Masked Singer TV show?
Well, I think it's one of the worst kept secrets anyway, so we can go ahead and tell people. Yes, green water. See? They like it.
This video actually helped me pick one of the screenshot winners because the music was playing while I was going through the screenshots. It was amazing. It just like maps perfectly.
All right, good one.
And I'll try to also, these winners for the videos, I want to be using a lot of this stuff for social media and hopefully give your guys' YouTube channels just a little bit of a boost, hopefully. And when I put stuff out on Twitter and Facebook, hopefully it will.
I just want to say I was actually a little worried because like I'm just using my browser to pull stuff up, and I was like, oh man, it's going to show like nothing but fish videos as the suggested videos, because that's pretty much, I watch a lot of fish videos, but I'm shocked. There's actually like lots of stuff in there. All right, here's first place. Are we ready?
Oh, yeah. It's for the first place winner. Congratulations to the Mad Chef of Xenos. This is a great 11-minute video, a story. I believe it's H.P. Lovecraft inspired. And it's like a saga. It starts off in Aldor and then it ends
in the Valley
Aldor.
of Neath, the accursed waning moon shines thinly, tearing a path for its light, with feeble horns through the lethal foliage of a great ubus tree. And within the depths of the valley, where the light reaches not, move forms not meet to be beheld. Rank is the herbage on each slope, where evil vines and creeping plants crawl amidst the stones of ruined palaces, twining tightly about broken columns and strange monoliths, and heaving up marble pavements laid by forgotten hands. And in trees that grow gigantic in crumbling courtyards leap little apes, while in and out of deep treasure vaults writhe poisoned serpents and scaly things without a name. Vast are the stones which sleep beneath coverlets of dank moss, and mighty were the walls from which they fell. For all time did their builders erect them, and in Soeth they yet serve nobly, for beneath them the gray toad makes his habitation. At the very bottom of the valley lies the River Tan, whose waters are slimy and filled with weeds. From hidden springs it rises, into subterranean grottos it flows, so that the demon of the valley knows not why its waters are red, nor whither they are bound. The genie that haunts the moonbeam spake to the demon of the valley, saying, I am old and forget much. Tell me the deeds and aspect and name of them who built these things of stone. And the demon replied, I remember and am wise and know of the past, but I too am old. These things were like the waters of the river Tan, not to be understood. For their deeds I recall not, for they were but of the moment. Their aspect I recall dimly, for it was like to that of the little apes in the trees. Their name I recall clearly, for it rhymed with that of the river. These beings of yesterday were called man. So the genie flew back to the thin horned moon, and the demon looked intently at a little ape in a tree that grew in a crumbling courtyard.
I really liked that one. That was pretty cool. Lots of effort. Thank you very much. And congratulations to the Mad Chef Azinos. And that's it for video. Chris, are you back yet? Because Chris had plans to get some dinner started while the videos were going. So he may be MIA. Let's see.
I'm back.
Oh, he's
I was starting
back.
dinner. I thought it was an 11-minute video. You said 11 minutes.
Was it that 11 minutes?
No, it was a 3-minute video.
Oh, okay. Oh, maybe that last one was 11. I can't remember which one was 11.
All right.
Well, that was my fault. Sorry.
There we go.
So we got some screenshots now, and I think, and then I can do the treasure hunting one now while you work on getting screenshots ready if you want.
Oh yeah, I gotta get the screenshots ready. Hold on, I also have to get the prizing going. We got like 7 rounds of prizes or something crazy. So let me get that started.
This is the day of prizes, most definitely.
Well, that's good. The people were very generous too. I
Yeah.
didn't even see what the total bid count was, but I need to brazen spirituality. We're gonna be I have to start the prizes drawing because to do 7 rounds, it can take a minute or 2 for each one. So 7 rounds, I gotta start drawing them now. We won't announce them until the end. We'll do them all at once, like we've been doing, just because that's quicker. And again, you don't have to be here, but to receive the prize.
So treasure hunting contest, we good to go?
Oh, Brazen says
she's
she's still installing. Okay, let me go look at the screenshot stuff. I know we've got that part to do. I just haven't even looked at the screenshots. Oh yeah, I probably should have saved these guys off.
So the treasure hunting contest was a brand new contest, just like the screenshot video contest that we just started up. And keep in mind, screenshot and video contest, I'm going to add another category where you guys can submit something for a load screen in the game for a scene that doesn't have a unique load screen yet. So keep that in mind. That's I need to get that put into the contest details. I'll try to get that Monday. So for a treasure hunting contest, it's basically we pick a PvP location, we pick a PvE location, and I pick a particular loot item, and whoever loots the most of that throughout the entire release gets first, second, and third place prizes. So anyway, we've got for the PvP location, the title, all 3 of these winners are going to get the Master of Mayhem in-game title. Whoever looted the most Chaos Plant Pollen in Pilatus Shardfall. And first place, they win a player-owned town village lot deed, a large PvP shard trophy, that purple glowing one that Damon made quite a while ago. And of course the title, Galorn Hammer Throw looted 1,791 Chaos Plant Pollens. And I think they dropped like 1 each, so he killed a lot of those buggers. And for the second place, player-owned town rollout deed, a medium PvP shard trophy, and of course the title, Genie UK with 495 Chaos Plant Pollens looted. Congratulations. And third place, a large treasure pile, a small PvP shard trophy, and the title, Ulrich Hildegard with 24 looted. Congratulations. And for the PvE location, oh, there it is. The title associated with that is Master of Collections. First place winner, the player-owned town village lot deed, and the large sword in the stone trophy. That goes to Graham Wormsane with 156 Ashen Heartwoods looted in Ulfheim. That was the objective. Forgot to read it. Second place, player-owned town rollout deed, a medium sword in the stone trophy, and the title Galorn Hammer Throw again with 92 Ashen Heartwoods looted. And for third place, a large treasure pile, small sword in the stone trophy, and the title Tiger Blue. Congratulations. Oh, and I forgot to write down how many you looted. I apologize. And the upcoming locations for that contest are At Cider Crag Mines for the PvE location, those that loot the most sulfurous ash. You'll keep in mind there's some fire elementals down towards the bottom. And maybe some brimstone too, I'm not sure. Or ash piles. And then also for the PvP location, we're doing Blood Bay. And players looting the most pure elemental sand. I think that's going to be on the sand elementals near like the kind of the darkened lava area.
Awesome.
So yeah.
I've got the pictures here. I already flashed second place, so I was going to do the second place, third place, first place thing again.
Cool.
That seems to be the standard gimmick there. So you guys ready? Here is second place winner for the screenshots.
And that is for a player in town, Village Lot Deed Chiasma. Congratulations for his picture of his town's shrine hub. Remember, the objective was to show something that's been added to the game in the last 3 releases, and that is awesome.
Awesome. Okay, let me pull up third place. Let's see. Hold on. Almost got it. Here we go. Bam. Third place is up. You can't see it for a second, but trust me.
This is the one I picked when I was hearing the music from that one video, because it's the dreamy music and just imagining the dragon fly by. I was like, oh, it's such a simple picture. It's just of a dragon with the sky in the background, but it was just awesome. So that was congratulations. Player on Town Roll ID goes to Irish Eyes for the Mysteria Midnight Magic photo, and that's just dragon in flight. And it shows the astronomy system too. You're right, which is one of the cool aspects of the game too.
Okay, here we go. First place.
And this goes to Datendrock on the forums. That's engineer for his dragon treasure room. The new item course back there, you'll see that dragon inky that's looming over his treasure. Like, get the heck away from my coins.
That lighting is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a great
Kind of looks like a
dungeon room.
painting. But I mean, even on the dragon, the dragon's head coming in next. I think the
red light.
that sphere is giving us some nice counter light there.
Yeah, I think that's an Anapa's favor orb. Yeah, I think so. The new Death Magic offhand weapon also. So those are 2 new items, actually. Not sure if I see any other new stuff. But that is awesome. Yeah, first place winner, so congratulations to Engineer. And I think that's all I have for contests. The only difference with the screenshot and video contest, of course, is we no longer will do R85 stuff. Now it's R88, 7, and 6 stuff. Anybody who has previous submissions, they're still entered for the next contest. So you may still win even with the submissions you've already done. So
Awesome, and I've got the prizes going, cranking as fast as I can, getting those done. Still gonna take a while.
Hand cranking it.
Oh no. Well, there's one. Okay. Let's see. The only one that's spit out. I may have had errors on the first couple. We'll see. But anyways, I promised some drama there that we would announce the new person, which I don't think is that dramatic. The new person who joined the team is a full-time employee. That person, you guys already know this. It seems everybody knows this, but we'll go ahead and make it official so you guys don't have to speculate on it. The person who joined the team is none other than Devil Cult. Long-time player. Yes, you guys can settle up your bets now. Whoever was betting on Devil Cult being the guy, but he's joined the team. He is another one of our international employees, and just want to say welcome to the team. You guys can harass him. He is a long-time player who has should have earned your respect as a player from you guys. So we do want to say that he is going to try not to cheat in any way, shape, or form. But from now on, if you ever lose to him at anything in-game, feel free to say that he's cheating. But anyways, he's bringing a lot of game experience, a lot of passion to the game as well. And yes, you may refer to him as Devi McDevface going forward if you prefer to call him Devi McDevface. Let's see, is the prize anything? Am I actually getting... Okay, there, we're up to 3. I gotta get 4 more. Let's see if I can get some more out there. Hold on. And again, thank you guys for all the bits. Let me read those off while I'm doing the prizes, because I got a lot of people to thank here. So many people to thank. Oh no, it's scrolled off! Oh no, it's there. Okay, never mind, sorry. And I'm going to try to only thank you once. I may say you twice if you are super generous on stuff, but I'm trying to only say people's names once because we got a lot of stuff a lot of names get through here because you guys were super generous today. Let's see. I guess thanks to Skeggy and Dr. L for the raid. Waldo, thank you. John Marcus, thank you many times for all the support and all the stuff. Glad to have have you back with us. I know you took a little time off there for some family stuff. Malhari, thank you. Treasure Pile, thank you as always and still love your name. Waldo Ptolemy, still love saying that name. Mad Chef of Xenos, thank you and congratulations on the great work on stuff today. Bowyer, Skeggy Media, Dices, Malhari, Stymie, Long Live the Syndicate, thank you guys. Dr. Himbrand, thank you very much. Still working on that math stuff. I will come up with something that I think you'll probably be happy with. But yes, trying to get rid of that approaching zero problem still in a few places. Radicus, long time person there. Thori Kamara, we did a great show at Iron Hall this last week, and the horse racing stuff was great. Glad I got to be there for that. I forgot the one key thing, though. I was planning on flying around track following the horses so I could keep up with the people using my little GM fly thing. But I forgot that effectively leaves your presence where your body is. So I started following them off, and they vanished because they got too far away and the server wasn't sending me updates for them. So I did not get to do the fly cam along behind him, but it was still great. Waldo, again, thank you. Puddlefoot, Inadequate Cactus, thank you very much. Spellfire, John Marcus, Bridge Troll, thank you. Anonymous Cheer, and Bridge Troll, Devil Cult, now you know. Devil Cult is David. If your practice dummy is not working, feel free to let him know about it. I know you're someone who is passionate about it, and he's fixing it for everybody, but if you come up with any bugs for it, I know there's still a few gotchas. And also, Devil Cult, the build is going right now that has your change from this morning in it, so hopefully that'll be a good one. That'll be the last one. We got a couple anonymous cheers there for 5,000 bits. Great. Malhari, again, thank you. Let's see. Pon U-235 Sentinel, Spellfire, Submarine Mike. Man, thank you guys. That's amazing there. Some more anonymous cheers. Sean Pax Lair, long time. Submarine Mike again for 1,000 bits. Hollyhock, Waldo, man, you guys were. You can tell like where people were getting close to the limits there. Those are the guys pushing you guys over the limits to get extra prizes. Let's see. Did I forget anybody? Eileen Dragonfire, thank you very much. Sawtooth Z, Bjorn, thanks for the follow. Versago, thank you for the subs. I'm nearly done here. Edelfrau Fonage, thank you for the subs. The Maynard Trokip, One Blood Omen, the Sometimes Lurker, iStar Strider, and Mandalar. Thank you guys all. Lots of names in there I know and people I've talked to many times. Some of them in person. So let me get back and see how we're doing. How are we doing on the pricing? Do I have 7 yet? 1, 2, we got 5. Let me get a couple more. This should be the last 2. And then we'll be ready to do some prizes, and then we can get close to wrapping up. Let's see. 1, 2. So that should be it. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, I gotta pick a song here to sing. Any requests from the Peanut Gallery? No, there's no raffling. Not today. That was last time. It may actually tell you can get in on the raffle, but there's not a raffle going. I actually did the raffle for last Friday. When I do a stream that's not a Friday stream, I do the raffle stuff. But now you guys are just trolling me. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got one more coming, right? Waffle. Waffle. Almost there. Getting ready. 20 seconds left, it says. We'll see how long it goes. Do 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 do. Yeah, and I mentioned earlier, Devil Colt got his trial by fire working on the practice team. I kind of knew it had a lot of tendrils that extended out, and it was done using an old system and needed to be moved to something else. But it had even more tendrils than that. It's just a little bit different, just enough different from anything else in the game that it was super problematic. But yeah, it's he's going to start working on probably some UI stuff, but he's been addressing a bunch of other bugs. Seeing Nothing. Rockin' Robin. House of the Rising Sun. Oh, they want me to do That's Good. Marcel Marceau. That's mine. Yeah. Yeah, I get it. Oh, I get it. Oh, I see someone requesting Safety Dance. Hold on, I got it. I know what I'm going to do here. So you guys, how about you guys do, it looks like we have all 7 of them out there. You guys want to do the prize announcements?
Sure.
One of you call the name, one call the prizes? Which one? Who wants dibs on the names? It's fun to butcher them, right?
Oh, Keith choose. What you want to do?
Oh, all right, I'll do the names.
Yeah, Keith's our wordy guy, so we'll let him do the names.
Ugh.
All right.
All right, go for it.
I'm going to do it. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. For the winner of the ornate bagpipes.
All right, so there's 7 of them, right?
Yep.
All right, so the winners are Blaze Garsenk, or you fumble him, Ishimata, Stein, Baroness Winniemouse, Owlsley, Trelana, and Jath Winsong.
And for the winners of the Brown Plague Doctor Mask.
Proudfoot Underhill, Afonso Wojtas, Blinken, Dedos,
Wow.
or is it Didas, Genocidal, Radicus, Dark Falls. There you go.
And for the winners of the Gothic Large Candelabra 3-pack.
Rowena Roseberry, Laurie Lightheart, or Ilari Whiteheart, Freyer Grimmer, as Azrael, Trey Phoenix, Z, XEE, and Leilu Listwander.
And for the winners of the Ornate Moondial.
Noob Skyblabber is the name, I'm not insulting you. Drizzt, Edward Castle, Nados Lyson, Gradios, John Marcus, Briarmoon Tien. That was the easiest set.
And the last prize, the winner of the Green Marble Room Koi Pond Dungeon Room.
Judith Love Jones, CC, Twilight Tempest, Psilocybin, Raven Strife, and Mal Harry.
Oh, one more.
And Uthgar Krakenwolf.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, people, especially in the last set. Your names were the easiest. You are the people with the names that aren't pronounced. Shame on you.
All
I
right.
guess it
So,
was like crazy symbols or something.
so what do we have left besides me singing to and then rating people? Do we have anything left? We're like 40 minutes late already.
I can go through the events really fast.
Yeah, go through the events.
Okay. So let me guys link out the events page to you. Lots of great things to be doing. Of course, we already talked about the Catnip Games monthly fishing tourney, the monthly screenshot video contest, and monthly treasure hunting contest that we're sponsoring. We also have a farewell to Boris Mondragon that's up in the forums. We would like to pay tribute to him. If maybe a friend of yours in the past, please go say your goodbyes and pay tribute. And thank you again, Catherine Rose, for posting that. For one-time events, we have all month long the Mysteria Fishing Contest from March 26th to April 30th. We've got the Avatar Express Spotlight of Iron Hall and Phoenix Haven. We also have the recent Fire posted up on the forums. For recurring events, we have the release party poll that Len's posted. They're thinking about bringing back release dance parties. I think she mentioned they don't have to always be dance parties at one point, so maybe it'll be a mix of stuff. I'm not sure. But she has a poll going just to see if there's interest, and they're thinking about bringing back the parties. So get with her on that poll and ask questions. We also got the Combat and Crafting Sunday School run by Len Dragonfire and friends over at Immortal City every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central. If you want to learn the tricks and trade of combat and crafting. The 500 Crown Fishy Prize run by Sonia Solar. Now and forever, for all eternity, is how long this contest will be running. So don't miss out, because you have all the time in the world, so you're good to go. But yeah, go over and head out and have some fun. We also got the Island of Wonders monthly fishing contest, and the RHEC traveling pop-up fishing contest. So lots of fishing opportunities to do in conjunction with the Catnip Games fishing contest as well. The Lightbringer Isle auction, it was formerly the Barren Reach auctions, moved to Lightbringer Isle, and that's every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central. Great time to get some cool stuff. Also, new fan fiction. I don't think any of these are actually new. I did announce these last week, I believe. But Dying for a Drink by Wambi, Horror Stories 2, ordered by Asclepius and written by Fetid Surdidi. Soda Horror Fiction, The Home of Spectral Peaks, also written by Fetid Surdidi. Black Rose Chronicles by Belladonna Rose, and narrated by this one's narrated by Jolene Sedai. And then the Ebon Viper Book 2, written by Blade Roke. Yep. And new community resources, the Dragon Slayer leaderboard, posted up there by Tirag. The Soda event calendar, posted by Thoric Amara. And sodaprices.com is now available from Sean Butts. So please give all these people your support and go have some fun.
And one of those things I keep saying I'm going to do for in-game events, not just for dance parties, but we have, again, one of those million features that we have that we don't have any way of documenting. You just kind of have to know or have learned it from somebody or read about it on the pages. We have the ability to tag players who can be player GMs and then give them some special abilities. And they basically have a potion that they use that actually turns on the GM once we tag them. So it's kind of a two-layer safety thing. But another thing we could add for those people who want to run player events, like the one that was held at Iron Hall this last weekend, would be a consumable that creates a area effect that is a buff field. So people, when they come to the party, you can also make your first stop to run over and jump in the buff field and get like a 3-day buff that's a unique buff you can only get at the party. That's one of those that, again, I could crank out in a couple hours, and I think players would really like that. Give people a reason, because sometimes I know how you guys are. You'd like to come to the events, but you're out adventuring. You don't want to break up your party. That's the type of stuff that a party would be like, okay, let's go get the buff while it's there. Pick up a 3-day buff from the party and join in on those things. I think that would actually bring a few people there. So maybe I'll try and crank that out this weekend even. The other thing I'm working on this weekend is I'm trying to finish up the expansion to the Rise. We'll see how it goes, but I think it'll be ready for next week sometime. I'm only doing one of the 3 branches that I'd planned for it, but I think it's got some new cool effects. It's got some new mechanics to it. So, as for the dance party, I will go ahead and do the plan here. I looked at who was streaming. And let's see. Hold on, I'm checking one thing here, just making sure they're still doing something interesting. Hold on, wait for it.
Somebody's saying Revenant 84 is doing PvP. Yeah, it looks like they're in Blood Bay, maybe.
If someone's doing PvP, I can go do them. I was going to do Save the Grill. But if Revenant's doing PvP, I'll go to those guys. I'm probably going to turn off as we try to get some more balanced stuff in here. And I've got some people who are actually trying to pull some PvPers in to the game. And as we get a little closer to something that's playable PvP, then... but I'm going to be doing some advertising on some PvP stuff as well. But I'm trying to highlight some PvP stuff. So one thing I'm going to be doing is actually turning off Ransom again. Temporarily, but we will talk about long-term what things will change for it. So Save to Grill, almost done with his 24-hour stream. Oh man, this is a tough call. Then we got like the Graceful Bard, we got Torque, we got Serpentine, we got someone doing a 24-hour stream.
Oh, Save the Grill just said go for the PvP.
Go for the PvP? All right. We'll go for the PvP. Thanks, Save to Grill, for making the decision easier there. Let's see. Yeah, that's great, Save to Grill. If you guys want to go do Save to Grill, he's over there. Again, we got the Graceful Bard there. She's already got like 30 viewers there. Looks like they're going to, a few people abandon our stream early to go to Graceful Bard. I see what you're doing there. Singing better than mine. Sons of... but yes, we will be going to Revenant here. Let's get ready to raid here, and then I will be doing a player request. I was going to do Minute Work, Land Down Under, but instead I will be doing one relating to the dance party there. So you guys ready to be tortured? Here you go. This is, you can blame John Marcus for this. Thank you, John Marcus. We can dance if you want to. We can leave your friends behind. 'Cause your friends don't dance, and if they don't dance, well, they're no friends of mine. Say, we can go where we want to, a place that they will never find. And we can act like we come from out of this world, leave the real ones far behind. And we can dance. That's where the chick's doing something in the video. It's like, I think there's a short person in the video too. I'm trying to remember. It's like, this is from my teen years or college years or something. We can go when we want to. Night is young and so am I. And we can dress real neat from our hats to our feet and surprise them with a victory cry. Say, we can act if you want to. If we don't, nobody will. And we can act real rude and totally removed, and we can act like an imbecile. I'm going to stop there. Guys, thank you so much for joining us on stream today. We went almost an hour long there. And we still didn't get to many of your questions. So hopefully I'll try and sneak in. I'll check, see if I've got any invites to player events this week, and by maybe joining some of that. But guys, be super safe. We're about to go raid. See you soon. See you next Friday. If not before then, take care, and we'll get some more patches and bugs fixed. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.